All right, joining us now are the Ithaca, New York regional champions, the New York University Violets. NYU just defeated Ithaca in straight sets, 25-22, 28-26, 25-23 to advance to California next weekend. And joining us are head coach Andrew Brown, student athletes number 9, Haley Holes, number 13, Grace Nelson, number 21, Ella Wider, and number 24, Lindsay Hirano. Turn it over to Jeff for some questions.
All right, Coach. Well, it was a 3-set match, but it was incredibly closer than that. Talk about what happened out there tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we knew Ithaca was going to come in with a super strong game plan in terms of having seen us before in the season, having seen how we've been trending, and they've been super confident throughout the latter half of their season in terms of their conference championship and all their players and the accolades that they earned. So we knew that this wasn't going to be an easy feat, but we also understood that if we could push this game into the 20s, that's where we really lock down and make the pressured situation feel more comfortable. I think our team does a really good job at executing under pressure, and anytime that we have a chance and we're in it by either a point or two, we know confidently that we're still capable of winning. And I think that just really showed their grit, their fight, just to not let things slip away and to go out there with confidence and earn the points.
So I was watching you at the end of the second set, and obviously that was like a make or break. You looked like so relieved in winning that second set. Talk about how much of a difference it makes to grab that set.
Yeah, I mean, volleyball is a game of momentum, and there's definitely strings of points and there's swings for sure. So anytime that you can win that second set after a close first set is a huge momentum that you can then carry into that next opportunity to start the third. But again, Ithaca did a really good job at not backing down, even though they went down those 2 first sets. So for us, we know that we can get even more confident, we can dig even deeper once we're have an advantage like a 2-0. And that's been a motto of our team this entire season, is to work really hard in games 2 and 3, especially after being able to win an opening set, which I think I can't really remember a first set that we really dropped throughout the entire season. So yeah, it's just it was excitement, and I just love the fact that they were earning the points in terms of how we won those sets.
All right, if we go across the table. So Haley, we've been in this position before. Congratulations, most outstanding player. What worked for you guys all through this regional?
I think what really worked for us was making sure that we spread out our offense. We got a lot of the middles did a lot of swings, right sides, outsides, and that helped spread the block so everyone could swing where they wanted to. Did a lot of multi-shot. We also trusted each other, like back row, digging, serve, receive, and we all really just connected with our play. Okay,
Ella, for the second night in a row, 3 players had double digits kills. You joined that club today, hitting 500. What was working for you today?
I feel like today it was really the setters. I think we had a great sets, and like Haley said, the offense was able to spread out. So it wasn't just going to me; it was going to the middle and the outsides. And so I would have one or only one blocker up, and also just passion. I feel like losing to Ithaca our first game was very they did a really good job, and it was a humbling moment for us in our first home game gym. So I think we just really wanted this.
Okay. Grace, you're like the kid on the block here. You have a couple of veterans there. How exciting is it for you to step into NYU this year, and now you're going to California?
It's amazing. I'm from California, so I'm very excited to see my family and everything and get to go back home for the end of the season. And it's been great getting to play with all of these other players who are teaching me a lot about volleyball, about balancing school and volleyball, and just the ropes. So they've all been great.
And Lindsay, you've been through this now a couple of years. You played great out there. How do you look at the team's attitude in a match like this that's so close? What puts you over the top?
I think something that our team did really well this game was we were very calm and composed, and I think you can see that for all 3 sets. Even when we were down, I think we were able to keep our composure, and we started to chip away little by little. And even when we were down by a good amount of points, we were still able to come out with a win, and I think that's why we were very successful today.
Mm-hmm. And Coach, we've been in this position now 3 years in a row where we've, did well in the tournament. What have we learned from the past, and how do we take that to the present? in
Yeah,
future?
I mean, I think every season you learn more about your players, you learn more about your culture, your team, and I think it's really exciting to be able to take all those positives and continue to push in the direction that they want to see this program go. So I just love that I get to be a facilitator of the goals that they set forth, and at the end of the day, I'm their biggest fan, and they impress me with just such poise and grace every single day. And like one of the special moments tonight, I think, was when I saw Ella just scream for a back set and absolutely crush it. And I could just see how much she wanted to capitalize on that moment. And I think that's just the beauty of getting to play collegiate sports.
Beautiful.
You've been through the ropes, especially last year, I guess. How similar is the feel, is the momentum to coming into that trip across the country into the finals from last year?
Yeah, I mean, last year was like completely new for myself, the team, our coaching staff. Being in an Elite Eight, I think we just really just embraced that moment and enjoyed the experience of just being there, and then locking in those times when we got to be on the court playing volleyball. And I think it's just about just soaking it all in and just loving it for it. Obviously they're gonna have to continue to grind, being away from school again. This gives us a little bit of time to kind of set up some of our academics, being on the road and having to play during the week. So I think they're just excited to use that experience from last year, put it into this season, and being able to, bring this team back to California, where a lot of our roster is actually from, I think is going to be really exciting. But also to have our players that are coming from like the East Coast to get to experience it on the West Coast, I think it's just going to be an exciting environment.
You guys kind of touched on it. I mean, I feel like this one was kind of a redemption story for you guys. How good was it to come in here and beat Ithaca in their own gym?
Yeah, I guess I can start with that. I think for our first game when we played them, it was a really big deal. It was our inaugural game. We were having our first game in our brand new gym. We had over 1,000 people come to watch, and I think that we didn't have the result that we wanted to, and to be able to come back and to kind of flip the story and go to the Elite Eight has been something really sweet.
And I think the other thing that's special is that they do it with such character that there was never a sense of redemption in words like that. They just focused on their brand of volleyball. We knew Ithaca is a very strong team, and I think the best thing about this team is they go out there and do it with such respect. And that's one of our core values, and I couldn't be prouder. I think most teams would probably try to use that to their motivation, and this team focused on the things that we control and really bought into our systems.
I'll ask one final question that I thought I was most impressed with tonight was you got out to an early lead in the first set, and then Ithaca came back. You had to burn a timeout, and then Ithaca goes back up again at 17-13. I don't know if any of you paid attention, but first set and second set were both 17-13 when you started making your comebacks. So you use both timeouts in the first set, and you come out and just take over the game. So was that kind of what set the tone for your team today to say, all right, let's get it in gear and not let this thing slip away? Anybody, I think?
Yeah, I think sometimes in the middle of sets, it's pretty easy to get comfortable, and Ithaca did a really good job of pushing us and not letting us do that. So they did a really good job pushing to 17-13. I think those timeouts just let us come back and focus and know that this set is not over and that we have to just really push to the end every single set.
Good. NYU, congratulations in this regional on a tremendous season, and best of luck in the next steps here.
Thank you.